Hello and welcome to Sonic Satellite. I am Jax the Bunny, and I'm joined by my good buddy Smooth. Smooth, say hello.
Hello,
That's
I
Smooth.
am here.
And this is the very first ever episode of Sonic Satellite, a show that is all about Sonic. We talk about all things Sonic the Hedgehog here, from the comics to the video games to the movies and much more. And today's a very special day because it's June 23rd, 2023, making it Sonic's birthday, his 32nd birthday.
Yeah,
Wow. He's
the
old,
old.
and so are
Yeah.
we. We're all
Yeah.
old. Everybody's old. And Sonic's getting pretty old. But today, Sega slash Sonic team treated us all to a brand new Sonic Central. And we're going to talk about that right now. Well, not right now. We're going to talk about that after we talk about ourselves because we're important too. So, so Smooth, I'll let you
Well,
start off. Me and you have been Sonic the Hedgehog fans for a very, very long time. I'll let you take the floor. Why don't you just talk about how Sonic has affected your life and how Sonic helped you get over your fear of going fast and going through loop de loops?
well, I started off. Well, I did. I don't have a fear of loop-de-loops, so I don't know where that came from. But I started off with Sonic back on the GameCube with the Mega Collection. So I technically grew up with the classic games, just not the actual physical versions of them, but just in terms of a collection. But uh, technically, the one main classic game I never grew up with was CD because I was on a different collection. So I just had access to one, two, three, and Knuckles, and then just a couple of the other ones like 3D Blast, Spinball, and Mean Bean Machine. And I believe that was all that was on there. And that's actually how I found out about the comics, the Archie comics, because they had the little museum for them. You could look over a couple of the early for I think it was like the first 10 had uh just a couple pictures of other I think like recent issues at the time whenever the game came out. But aside from Mega Collection, grew up with SA1, SA2, more so with Sonic Adventure 2 and Heroes, and just a lot of the GameCube games mostly. And then basically my first show was Sonic X because I that so Jason Griffith, grew up with that Sonic and all those other actors as well. But I'd say Sonic has definitely changed my life. Playing the games always brings me into a good mood if I'm ever having a bad day. Because that would happen, that would happen when I was a little kid. Even now, like if I'm having a bad day, I'll just listen to some of the music or play one of the Sonic games. And I mean, if it wasn't for Sonic, I would have never met Jax because
That's
we
right.
got into a yeah,
Sonic
we
is
never would have met. We both were in a
Sonic is
what's
bridging
up?
gaps across the country.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Yeah, both we both were in a kick group that was about Sonic, and I just randomly joined it one day, and one thing led to another, and here we are.
The rest
So
is
Sonic has
history.
had a yeah, so Sonic has had a big influence on my life. It is basically the biggest franchise I have in terms of stuff aside from like in terms of like games and merchandise and all that stuff aside from Mario. So like I'd say Sonic is number one on that one. Mario is like a close second. But yeah, Sonic's basically just has pretty much been in my life for well, literally my entire life ever since I've been a little kid. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I love those Blue Blur, all his friends, everything related to him.
All right, Smooth just gave us the world history of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes.
Oh boy. Yeah, so I can't remember a time in my life where I was not a big fan of Sonic the Hedgehog. To me, he's like Batman or like Spider-Man. He's just one of those franchises slash characters that's just seemingly always been there. Uh, so to me, it's like a timeless character. You know, it's like Mickey Mouse. He's just timeless. I don't think Sonic is ever gonna go out of style. He's just a great character. I love the games. I grew up in the similar era to Smooth on the GameCube. I played Sonic Advance on Game Boy Advance. And I played Sonic Heroes on the GameCube, Sonic Adventure 1 on GameCube, and I've stuck with it ever since. Ever since I've stuck with it, and I'm just such a big fan of it. It's just such a source of nostalgia for me, because nostalgia's kind of like my go-to thing. I'm obsessed with the 90s and the 80s, but particularly the 90s because that's when I was born. Um, and yeah, like when I was a teenager, I started going back and discovering all the Genesis stuff, and that's when my obsession with Sega began. So for me, my love of Sonic goes far beyond just the video games. It's just a love of Sega, a love of Sonic Team, and all the other projects that they've worked on. And so here at Satellite, we're going to talk about a lot about Sonic Team. We're going to talk about Sega also. We're going to talk about a whole lot of different things. It's very exciting stuff. But just join us. You'll be in good hands because we both are some Sonic loving freaks. So
Yeah.
let's continue on. I don't want to take up too much of your time talking about me. Let's talk about the amazing and super interesting Sonic Central that we got today, which boy, I'm super duper excited about this because it came out of nowhere. When did they announce this? Like a day or two ago that they were doing Sonic Central? Because today is June 23rd, 2023, and we just got the Sonic Central this morning. I think they announced it maybe on Tuesday. This is a Friday, so I think they maybe announced it on Wednesday or Thursday. So, kicking off the Sonic Central, we got Takashi Iizuka sitting right next to a guy whose name escapes me at the moment. I am very sorry. You don't see him that often, is the thing, right? But Takashi Iizuka sitting there, and these two are talking, and they just sort of introduce the show, and yada, yada, yada. And then we get right into Sonic Origins Plus, which is out today. And we are going to be playing some Sonic Origins Plus later on in the show, so stick around. But we got some Sonic Origins Plus trailer, which we already know what's going on with Sonic Origins Plus, right? And right after that, something really exciting happened where we got the announcement of the Sonic Birthday Bash update for Sonic Frontiers, and it looks kind of insane. I'm going to assume that this is going to be something like well, it's a free update, so I'm going to assume it's going to be something like with the Cocoa, where you had the springtime Cocoa, which turns all the Cocoa into Easter eggs for reasons unknown. And I'm going to just go out on a limb and assume that this is something you can toggle on and off. But it's not just a cosmetic change because we are getting some new modes and some new abilities. They said, like for instance, there's going to be the addition of what seemed like the spin dash. Now we don't have a whole lot of details, and as we're doing this episode, the update still isn't out. They announced the update at 11 a.m. It's nearly 3 p.m. now, and they still haven't put out the update. So we're kind of just salivating at the mouth, waiting for this update to waiting for this update to appear. But Yeah, so they're adding some new modes and they're adding a whole bunch of different things to the island. Like there's going to be balloons and Sonic has a really weird kind of cool outfit. But yeah, so they added in the new game plus mode, which is super exciting for me because I've been waiting for an excuse to play Sonic Frontiers again, and adding in new game plus mode is really really interesting. What a great birthday, right? We've got Sonic Origins Plus and we have Sonic's Birthday Bash, and this is the update number 2. So now we just need update number 3, hopefully later on this year, so we can all enjoy that. They haven't necessarily detailed exactly all of what's in this update. I'm sure that they're probably going to provide information on that a little bit later, closer to the launch of the update. But just on the content roadmap, it said something about the open zone challenge because the trailer was really quick. And then there's new Coco, so I'm not really sure what that entails, but we'll have to see. Next up, though, so we don't spend too much time talking about Sonic Frontiers because there was a lot of stuff announced at this Sonic. There's some new Roblox stuff going on where Sonic is going to get a suit and top hat in Roblox. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I haven't played a lot of the Sonic Speed Simulator in Roblox, but I'm going to assume that they dressed him up sort of as an homage to the Sonic Symphony, where in that artwork we saw Sonic with a nice little get up there, classic Sonic to be particular. But yeah, I mean, I really have to play some more of Sonic Speed Simulator on Roblox. I played it a little bit when it first came out, and then I just kind of didn't touch it after that because I think that Frontiers came out that year, and Frontiers came out that year. So, new trailer for Sonic Prime. New episodes start airing July 13th. I am super excited because I really enjoyed Sonic Prime. So, following right after Sonic Prime and that new trailer that shows us Sonic and Shadow having to team up, we got an announcement that so Netflix has started doing games now. So they have like Netflix Gaming, which I know next to nothing about. But they're going to have an exclusive Sonic Dash version for Netflix called Sonic Prime Dash, where it's going to be like Sonic Dash but with the Prime characters. And also, we're going to have Super Silver in Sonic Forces Speed Battle and in Sonic Dash. And they're also going to be bringing in Lancelot from Sonic and the Black Knight, as well as classic Super Sonic to, I believe, both of those games as well. Now, I've actually played some Sonic Forces Speed Battle. I'm not very big on phone games, and there's only been a handful of phone games that I've really liked. And one of those was Sonic Runners, which I think we all miss Sonic Runners because that was such a great game. It was super fun. But, I've ignored Sonic Forces Speed Battle for a really, really long time. I think this game's been out for like 6 years now because it came out around the same time as Sonic Forces, which was 2017. But, I started playing it like a couple weeks ago, and it's actually a lot of fun. That team over at Sega Hardlight, who works on the game, they have done a great job of providing content. When I looked at Sonic Forces Speed Battle, I was kind of shocked at how many characters there are. They have Longclaw in that game from the Sonic movie, which shocked me. I was just thinking, I was like, Longclaw, that character that was in like maybe 5 minutes of Sonic 1 and less than that in Sonic 2. Yeah, so it's interesting. So, the Sonic Symphony is starting September 16th, and I believe that kicks off in London, and that's going to be traveling all over the globe. You're going to be hitting Tokyo, Boston, all sorts of different places all across the world. And I really wish I could go, but I'm not gonna. Like I could go to Boston. Boston's not super far from me, but that still requires me to like hop a plane, fly to Boston, and I'm not gonna. So I hope that everybody who does go to the Sonic Symphony enjoys it on my behalf because I wish I could go, but it's just I think that trip is just that would be too much. That'd be too much for me. So I was very, very pleased that the next thing that got announced or the next guest to appear in the showcase was Tails, because it's Tails Tube, and I love Tails Tube. You talk about something putting a smile on your face, Smooth. Whenever I see Tails Tube, I love Tails so much. He's my favorite Sonic character of all time, and just Tails Tube. I'm excited. I can't wait for Tails Tube to return. I'm glad to hear that they're going to be continuing it, right? And it's just great because it's just such an adorable little show. I just love watching Tails talk. Or as we should call him now, I suppose, Fix It Fox. Oh man, so excited to see Tails too. But yeah, we just had a little bit of Tails tube where Tails just comes and he just talks and he just, I guess it's just reassuring us that more Tails tubes are coming. They didn't say when, but Tails tube will continue, which I am very, very happy about because I love Tails very much and I love that show. It's super cool. Right after that, we got a ton, an absolute ton of Sonic merchandise. Like, wow, this was a massive merchandise dump. I tried to write down as much as I could, but they were rapid firing this stuff. Like, it was so much. So Hypeland, which is a pretty popular streetwear brand, on June 26th, you're going to be able to buy their stuff online. But they've got a ton of Sonic merch coming, which I am very, very excited about. I want to get a look at the exclusive line of merch that they're going to have. I believe they're doing a pop-up in LA on the 24th where people can go, but I'm not gonna because I live on the other side of the country. So I'm not flying across the country to go attend this pop-up because that would be unreasonable. There's going to be some new Sonic and Shadow cable guys, controller slash phone holders, right? So if you ever seen like those, I have an Amy one. It's all the way across the room, and I guess I should have brought it over, but I'm not gonna. They sit like this and they hold your phone or your controller, and they're cool. And those seem to be sort of more based off of Sonic Adventure 2. Speaking of Sonic Adventure 2, the S Fire Sonic Adventure 2 statue is coming soon, and that looks super awesome. It's got Sonic and Shadow. It looks so cool, and depending on how much it costs, I might get one. I don't know. I don't know where I'd put it because my Sonic shelf over there is pretty full, but we'll have to see. um, so there's an ESP Sonic themed guitar, which I don't know anything about guitars, but this guitar has Sonic on it, so I will consider purchasing this as well. And this is actually something I was really thinking about considering buying, was this Sonic Igloo cooler. I'm literally considering purchasing this because even though I'm not the outdoorsy type, as you can tell because of the fact that I stay indoors all day and play Sonic the Hedgehog games, I could use this to store controllers, which is not its intended use. But if I put a bunch of Sega Genesis controllers in there, that would be really cool, wouldn't it? Isn't that a good idea? Very exciting. In last year, we got a 30th anniversary special for Tails, my boy. He got his own 30th anniversary comic book, and this year they're bringing it back and they're doing it for Amy, and I am so excited about this. I am so excited about this. I I am so down with all the love that Sonic Team is showing to Classic Amy. Like, they have been going all out with Classic Amy. She's in Origins Plus. She's getting her own comic book. She's going to be in Sonic Superstars, which I cannot wait for. Let me bring it down. I'm getting a little excited. So next up, we got actually a really hilarious. Actually, next up, we got a really hilarious. I dropped something. We have a really hilarious Eggman rap as a promo for the Sonic Cross Lego sets that they're doing. So I believe it was last year or the year before that, they had some Lego. It was like kind of more of the premium, or the, was it the Lego Creators program or something? But there's like sort of like an exclusive line of Lego sets that they do. They did some for Batman. They did some for Super Mario, and recently they did some for Sonic the Hedgehog, where they had a Green Hill set that they did, which was pretty cool. But Eggman had to show up here to prove to everyone that he has now an official minifigure by dropping some slick Eggman bars on us. Bars that we haven't seen bars this slick since Sonic Adventure 2. I want to see Eggman rap Battle Knuckles now because but no, it was really funny. So Dr. Eggman, or rather Lego Dr. Eggman, has broken into Lego headquarters, and he's trying to redesign Sonic to make him as unsightly as he believes his original Lego form was, because apparently in the original Lego set that he appeared in, he didn't have a minifigure, but they just kind of constructed an Eggman out of Lego bricks, and he doesn't quite look human. But yeah, new Lego stuff is dropping on August 1st. Tons of Lego sets, which I would love to buy, but I just really can't justify buying a ton of Lego Sonic sets because, boy, my Sonic shelf's getting pretty full over there, and I don't know how much more. Our last announcement, or last little thing that was shown here, was Naoto Oshima and Takashi Iizuka reunited after a very, very long time. Or actually, I wonder, did Naoto Oshima ever work with Iizuka? Because Oshima left, he left Sega. I think they did work together. I'm trying to remember when Oshima left Sega. But basically, Naoto Oshima is one of the guys who's credited with creating the original design for Sonic. In fact, I believe he was the guy who was the original designer of Sonic the Hedgehog. They had an internal contest at Sega to decide what design they would use for this video game, and his is the one that won. But later on, I think maybe in 1999 or so, Oshima left Sega to start his own video game company, and he's been working on that company ever since. And now Arzest, the company that Oshima is now a part of, is teaming up with Sonic Team to create Sonic Superstars. Get excited, because it's going to be a great game. So Sonic Superstars is pretty much just Naoto Oshima and Takashi Iizuka talking about the game, some of their inspirations. There was an extended little mini discussion between the two of them that you can watch on the Sonic the Hedgehog YouTube channel, and that is pretty cool because who doesn't like seeing two legends of the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise talking about Sonic the Hedgehog? It's very interesting hearing those two talk. Very exciting stuff. I always love seeing Takashi Iizuka on and talking about Sonic, because I just get this vibe from him that this guy loves the heck out of Sonic the Hedgehog. I just get such a vibe from him. And hearing Oshima and Iizuka talk, you just get the vibe from both of them that they really loved Sonic the Hedgehog, and they poured a lot of effort into this game. And I'm super excited to see Sonic Superstars in action when it launches later this year. We don't actually have a date for it. It just says fall. There was a last minute announcement for Sonic Superstars that I don't think anyone expected. Well, two last minute things. First of all, if you don't know, now you know that if you sign up for the Sonic the Hedgehog newsletter, or the Sonic Superstars newsletter over at sonicsuperstars.com, you can get the exclusive Amy Rose modern skin for classic Amy in Sonic Superstars. And we didn't know what that was going to look like until today, because they showed us what it looks like. And it looks really, really nice. I love classic Amy's design. She always just looks like just really cool and really cute in every situation that they put her in. I'm so happy to see her being represented more in these games. But we also got, inexplicably, boy, Sonic and Lego are like this now, huh? Because apparently there's going to be like, I think as a pre-order bonus, you can transform Dr. Eggman into Lego Eggman in this game. And I think there might be Lego Sonic in it as well. Because it wasn't very clear, but in the little cinematic teaser they had Lego Sonic running around and fighting a Lego Eggman, and they said that if you pre-order, you can get Lego Dr. Eggman in the game, but they didn't say Lego Sonic. But I'm assuming that you could play as Lego Sonic. I don't know. But that was it. That was everything that was at the Sonic Central, and it ends with a nice little fist bump from Takashi Iizuka, and it was fun. It was fun. I liked it. I mean, it was a surprise thing. We got to see a ton of cool Sonic stuff, and I really, really enjoyed it. But are you guys ready to see some cool Sonic stuff? Because next up in the show, we're going to unbox Sonic Origins Plus in just a moment. We'll be right back. I just got to go get the game and get everything situated, but we'll be right back with Sonic Origins Plus unboxing. Yes, I do have a Pac-Man Deathmatch. It's pretty cool. uh, there you go.
Okay.
Time for our super cool unboxing. Is this how people do it? Is this how people build suspense? Because I'm building it right now. The suspense is killing us. We're dying of suspense.
My God, what is it?
It is Sonic Origins Plus on Xbox Series X and Xbox One. Now, I already tore the plastic off of this thing because I wanted to have the game installed so that we could play it later on today. But here we have the game case. You can check out that snazzy little artwork there. It's pretty decent, pretty decent. It's very much in the same style as the classic Sega Genesis artwork. And right here is something very interesting. This is a download code for the Plus content in Origins Plus, which, yeah, you can type in that code if you want to. I already used it. Go ahead. Go ahead, knock yourself out. Knock your socks off. It's already gone.
Do it, coward. Come on.
But yeah, so this is a download code. So if this is a download code for the Plus content, then you have to wonder what's on the disc. Smooth, would you like to tell everyone what's on the disc?
Oh, do I? Because I had fun doing this. So, on the disc, as you could see, it said, Sonic Origins Plus. So you would think, the content would already be on the physical disc. And if you already have the digital version, you could just, download it from the store, whatever system you're buying it for, either Switch, PlayStation. Was it on Steam?
Of course.
Was it on Steam? I didn't get an answer there.
Yeah, of course it was.
Oh, okay. Or the Switch. So when you put the disc in, as it says, Origins Plus, you put the disc into your system, it's still only the original Origins for some reason. So it's like,
that means that if you bought this game, assuming that you could finally play Sonic Origins and you didn't need internet to do so, well, you would be sorely mistaken there, because you do in fact need an internet connection to access your Plus content. So,
yes.
That's
why I don't really like codes that much when it comes to downloading like DLC and everything, because not everybody has internet at their house or and such. So because normally when when companies release a physical version of a game that has everything on it, like everything is on the disc, you don't usually need to use a code to get the extra stuff. So as Jax said, if you bring the game home expecting to get the Plus content as well, and for some reason you don't have internet at your house, you just don't have it. Well, can't really get the Plus for some reason.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. And as Smooth was explaining that, I've just been showing off all the different things. Here goes Sonic Mania Plus. Now, Sonic Mania Plus
that's
actually has the content on the disc. There's no download code for this, so everything is on the disc with Sonic Mania Plus. So you put this disc in your console, and you're just going to have all your Sonic Mania Plus content. And this design here is based off of, I believe, the. This is the later half of the Sega Genesis, or is this the earlier? No, this is definitely the earlier Genesis box art, right? I can't remember.
I'm not sure.
I
This is
cannot
more up your
remember.
alley.
Oh my goodness. I don't remember if they switched to red or if they started with red because
Come on, Sonic Champion, you can do it.
Sonic 1 came out in 1991, which was 3 years after, well, 2 years rather after the original Sega Genesis, but I don't remember when they switched to using the red band. Um but they did at some point. I think it was later. I think that the red band was later in the Genesis life cycle. Because I'm remembering Rise Star had the red band, and Rise Star was like released in 1996. I like Sega games.
Yes, if you guys couldn't tell.
I like Sega stuff, and I believe that Sonic and Knuckles also had the red band. I'm just going to try and put this back to where it was, but yeah, as you could see there, oh my god, get in, get in. As you could see there, though, I'm not even gonna bother putting Mania back the way it's supposed to be. I'm just gonna put it back on the shelf like this. I'll sort it out later.
Oh, you don't keep you're not keeping Origins Plus with the checkerboard one?
No,
Oh.
because that's not its original artwork, and I have to show its original artwork. Speaking of original artwork, check out this art book. Wow.
Woo!
This is the Sonic Origins Plus art book, and I'm gonna try and show it in a way where the glare from my light is not distorting the image quality. Okay, I think this is a good spot right here. And you can open it up, and you can see all sorts of wonderful magic. Oh no, you can see all sorts of wonderful things inside.
Man, I love
Uh,
Sonic the
Sonic the Light, and there's
Yeah.
all sorts of concept artwork for Sonic the Hedgehog throughout the years. Um, there's Tails, my boy. Look at him. Oh my god, I love him so much. Tails right there. We've got our boy Knuckles, who is for some reason coming in here a little bit. He used to have the buff chest. He used to be the red porcupine with the buff chest. And then they slimmed him down. Then they slimmed his chest down. See?
Oh, a porcupine?
Yes. Have you not listened to Unknown from Me like a million times like I have? He's the new porcupine on the block with the buff chest. I like Sonic games a lot. So here we have Amy, who I
Really?
absolutely love her design, and she doesn't have a lot of artwork because I guess they didn't really use her that much back in those days. But here goes Amy in her classic old school design, and here goes a bunch of her different. And this looks like stuff more so from the more recent animations that they've done for this game and others.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised. Like, did I skip a page? There's really no page for Amy. She doesn't have a dedicated page. No, she does not.
My
She
my
does not.
thing is they probably,
It's Dr.
put
Eggman
her
here.
in in the Origins Plus just to have a concept of moveset for Superstars, because if you watch her gameplay in Superstars, it's basically the same for Origins Plus, which I mean makes, because like Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles would probably have the same as well.
And look at all of our lovely US game artworks. And I was right! The Reds were later in the life cycle. I maintain my stance that I am a big Sega fan. Yeah, the Red Bandit sides came later on in the Genesis life cycle around the time of Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. And of course, we have the Sonic CD, which is in a jewel case. And here goes the European cover art. So real quick, I want to know, what does everybody think about the cover artwork when it comes to the different regions? Because we have the Japanese artwork here, which I've always thought looked really, really cool and very, very striking. We have the European artwork, which also looks really, really neat and super cool. But and then we have the North American artwork, and I just think I'm so used to the North American artwork that it's just so iconic for me. But
Yeah.
I love the Japanese artwork. I think that this is probably some of my favorite artwork because it's just so, I don't know. It's just, it pops for me. It's very interesting. It's very cool, and the artwork itself is very reminiscent of some of the stage select, or not stage select, but some of the stage intros that you get in the classic games there. So moving on, we have game covers for all of these Game Gear games. Wow, look at them all. That's a lot of Game Gear games. They released a ton of these games on the Game Gear. Game Gear is a great system, by the way. And here goes the regional reversible covers. So see if you can collect all of these, right? There's the European one and the Japanese one. And I think it's really awesome that they did this because all these different regions get all sorts of different covers based on where they are. And again, man, I'm kind of envious a little bit of the Japanese cover because the Japanese cover art is just so cool. I'm trying to get the camera to focus on that spot right there. I don't think it wants to. This webcam is not great.
I
But
really do like that design for the Japanese
the
cover.
European art though I think is just fantastic. But I think they're all great in their own right because I can look at this one and be
Oh
like,
yeah.
okay, I love this for its own reasons. I love this one for its own reasons. I love them all for their own reasons. I think they're all really really great artworks. And there goes some of the classic artwork. Now a lot of this stuff was I believe featured in Sonic Jam, which was the Sonic compilation on Sega Saturn and also released for the Tiger Gamecom. Oh boy, we'll talk about that Gamecom version of Sonic Jam one day. But yeah, here was all this really, really cool artwork. I believe this is all of that artwork from Sonic Jam, which is really
I
cool
believe so
stuff.
because I've seen this
And
artwork, so many times.
here's a few concept sketches from various Sonic games. Some of these are from Sonic 1, some of these are from Sonic 2, I believe. And yeah, that's the end of the art book, and it just ends off with Sega on the back there. So I love getting art books like this. I just love thumbing through and looking through all the different artwork that Sonic Team and Sega provide for us. I think that they have been really treating us Sonic fans very, very nicely. But we're about to actually play some Sonic Origins Plus, and this is my controller. This is a Power A
Yeah, I was about to say,
controller.
what the heck is that?
I haven't showed you this before, Smooth. So
No,
this
you
is a
told me about it,
Power
but you've never showed
A
me.
fight pad, right? So this is a controller that is designed for fighting games, and I believe that I know for a fact they make a version of this for PlayStation, and they might make a version of this also for Nintendo Switch. But this is designed for fighting games. But I was looking for a controller that felt more like a Sega Genesis controller for when I played classic Sonic games on my Xbox because I've had this for years, so we're talking about before Sonic Origins Plus ever came into existence. So back then, the only way to play the classic Sega Genesis Sonic games on your Xbox was through backwards compatibility with the Sega Vintage Collection versions of these games or through the Sega Genesis Classics Collection. But even still, the Sega Genesis Classics Collection on Xbox One and PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch do not feature Sonic 3 and Knuckles, so the only way to play Sonic 3 and Knuckles was through the Sega Vintage Collection. This is a lot of information I'm dumping on you, but the point is I wanted a way to play my Sonic games with a more authentic feeling controller, so I bought this. It was $60. It's designed for fighting games, but it has that classic sort of Sega Genesis style D-pad here. It has 6 buttons and shoulder buttons, so it's more similar to, I guess, the layout of a Sega Saturn controller, but I love using this thing for all kinds of 2D games, not just Sonic. Okay, I'm done now. Let's play some Sonic Origins Plus. Welcome to my Xbox. And we are here to play some Sonic Origins Plus. Oh, it's here. It's already started. Well, we can skip past this. The intro scene is not new, I believe. Why is my controller not working? Oh, there it goes. And here we are, Sonic Origins Plus. Yay. Fun stuff, fun stuff, fun stuff. So, Smooth, you haven't actually had a chance to play the game yet, have you?
Not fully. I mean, I was just gonna be playing as Amy, but other than that, not the Plus version, no.
So, before we actually start playing the game, let's look at these screens here, right? So, on the islands, now we have Amy here Knuckles, Sonic, and Tails flying around the island. Whoop, whoop, look at that. And there's Dr. Eggman, or as he was known back then, Dr. Robotnik. And look at the bunny! So, moving on to Sonic CD. I believe Amy was always here, though, in Sonic CD. Because
no.
she is in this game. She wasn't before?
No. The Knuckles and Amy models are completely new. The only one that was, I think, added to the CD map after you beat it was Metal Sonic.
Well, Knuckles wasn't on the Sonic 3 and Knuckles Island?
No.
Oh, that's really odd.
It was literally just Sonic, Tails, and Eggman on all four of them, and then Metal Sonic would be added after you beat CD on Origins.
So I'm kind of wondering why they decided not to add Metal Sonic into the games. Think that would have been too much for them?
I don't know. That'd been pretty cool. Imagine if because there's speculation for Superstars that there's a fifth character because of how the characters are placed on that thing. Like, what if it's Metal Sonic? Or, I mean, it most likely probably would be Fang. Probably after you beat the game. Maybe?
Most likely, yeah. I think Fang might be a playable character. I don't think it would be Mighty, because if they add Mighty, then they have to add Ray, because they're kind of like a package deal at this point.
Actually, speaking of Superstars, do you think, since with a lot of these games they've been doing the whole plus and DLC, do you think Superstars will get a plus as well, since it's a classic Sonic game?
No. I mean, it could. But I don't really expect that. I mean, like, I suppose they could just do DLC for it and call it, plus. But, I mean, I don't know. So, those are all the islands, right? We open the map, we can see them all. We can also swap this one for the ground or sky island. The only difference is that now oh, yeah. So it's without Death Egg inside the volcano, with Death Egg inside the volcano, and then in the sky. So cool. There is the Game Gear games that we have here. So here are all the Game Gear games. Wow. The Game Gear games that are available. Game Gear. And we have Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic Chaos, Sonic Drift, which I believe was only released in Japan. Sonic Drift 2 players, Sonic Spinball, Sonic the Hedgehog Triple Trouble, Sonic Drift 2, Sonic Drift 2 2-player mode, the Tails Sky Patrol, Tails Adventure, Sonic Labyrinth, and Sonic Blast, as well as Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine and Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine 2-player mode. This game... This game is something else, let me tell you. Maybe we'll check out a little bit of that. There's also a surprise. Yeah, so there's some more hidden in-game objectives. If you play one Game Gear title, you can unlock a part of it. Use Amy's jumping hammer attack, etc., etc. Different objectives to unlock the full picture, which we will do at some point. Did they add new missions?
I think they said there was like new extreme missions, I believe.
I don't see anything extreme here.
All right, maybe not.
let me check the box. 12 collector Game Gear titles. No, it just says new playable character. 12 Game Gear titles. Well. So not much new besides that. So let's stop wasting time and get right into playing Sonic the Hedgehog 1 with Amy. I'm assuming they're going to let me select my character once I actually get into the game.
I would hope. Did you choose Anniversary or Classic mode?
Anniversary mode, of course.
Oh, okay.
Look at her animation.
Oh, she's so cute.
God, I love Amy. she's so cool. So I don't actually know what her abilities are. So she can spin dash just like everyone. It looks like her frame is like she looks smaller than everybody else.
I mean, yeah, she does.
But she can use this sort of hammer, I guess, to extend her hitbox in midair. It's just like kind of surreal. So it looks like her drop dash is that ability right there where she'll like charge forward and like smashing her hammer. Oop. Almost missed it. And look at her on the sign. It actually looks weird. It looks like Amy's head with Sonic's hand.
It does.
It looks pretty bizarre, actually.
Sonic's just in the frame. He's just taking the picture.
I just want to get a Chaos Emerald. The emeralds.
The emerald power. Flowers be the feet.
Goodness. Yeah! Amy Rose.
Amy Rose is here.
That's the homie girl right there.
Yeah.
All right, that's enough of that.
Oh.
Yeah, so I want to try out all the games, and in the interest of time, I'm just going to try and do maybe one stage for each game. So let's go ahead with Sonic CD. Hey, there she is. Do we have to go into the settings to change our character? Oh, okay. Well, whatever.
Isn't it like right when you choose a save file?
Let's get it on.
Never mind.
And if they just animated her into this cutscene.
Yeah, she's the one running.
Wow, look at that.
This is Amy Rose's revenge.
I wonder what happens when you get to like the next stage. Is it going to be Sonic instead of Amy?
Don't
Maybe we should find out.
know.
Or is it just going to be two Amy's?
Multiverse? No? Okay.
The Amyverse? Into the Amyverse?
Yeah.
And we are playing with the Japanese soundtrack.
Which one do you normally prefer? The Japanese?
I like the English soundtrack, honestly. Technical issues. We got sucked into the Amy verse, but we're back. And we were talking about the Japanese soundtrack. Smooth, you would ask me which I prefer between the Japanese and the English, the American soundtrack. There's no language really barrier with the music, but I prefer the Japanese soundtrack because I just think it's the intended soundtrack and it works better with all of the stages. So there. And wow, this is so cool just to see Amy's sprite being rendered like this. Oh, you know what I didn't try? I didn't try the super peel out to see if she has that. I don't think she would, 'cause I don't think she might have it. It's just really cool to see Amy's sprite looking like this. So I want to play up until Quartz Quadrant because I want to see if we can get to Quartz Quadrant and or not Quartz Quadrant. Is it Quartz Quadrant? No, it's not Quartz Quadrant. It's what is it, Smooth? The next stage after this one.
Oh, I don't know the.
It's not Tidal
I
Tempest.
No. No, that's like the third or fourth.
Okay, let me see if I can.
I believe
if
like
I can...
either the third or fifth. Oh man, what was it?
Nah, she doesn't have a super peel out move.
Oh. What is the second stage? Oh, you know how you were going through the different island variations for the 3 and K island menu?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they have the Death Egg where launch base would be, and then switching it would go to, you know, it being in the volcano for Lava Wreath. And then after you beat it, the island's floating.
I love the sound effect of when she hits something with her hammer. Like, listen closely. That's so great.
Was it like one of the... Is it a Pico sound?
Like a little bonk.
Oh.
So I just want to see, just out of my pure curiosity, I just want to see. Whoa, look at her go. Time for the easiest boss of all time.
Yeah.
He's done. Oops.
She was just gone.
Oh boy. Whew. Collision Chaos.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
There's just no barrier. That's the difference. There's just no barrier because Amy's here, so there's no barrier.
Metal Sonic said, yeah, no.
Oh, you know, I'm super curious now as to see, like, where exactly, like, when you fight Metal Sonic, I guess there would just be no Amy. Well,
I think people were speculating that it'd be like a capsule, like how it is if you play as Tails.
yeah, probably, right? Yeah, makes sense. Speaking of Tails, let's go ahead and see some Amy and Tails instead of Sonic and Tails. Exciting stuff. Cool stuff.
It really would be like Sonic Advance.
Yeah, Sonic Advance 3.
Mm-hmm. With the whole team up.
When are they going to give us an advanced collection, man?
Dude, I know.
I really want that.
Or just give us just like a handheld collection with the advanced games, the Rush games. Love that. Yeah, maybe, man. I mean, maybe in the future. I hope.
One can only hope.
Yeah, I know, right?
Trying to just gather enough rings to get into a special stage here. Should be a checkpoint coming up, or is this the end of the stage? Oh, no, I made it to the end of the stage. Dang. Well, I just want to see, because I just want to see what her sprite looks like on all the special stages, you know? Speaking of which, we need to see what Knuckles looks like in a Sonic CD special stage, which I'm assuming wouldn't look much different from how he looked in the Sonic 3 and Knuckles special stages. Still. That was one of the things I did in Knuckles Chaotix, was like I just wanted to see what everybody looked like in a special stage, because I wanted to see what their sprites looked like. Here we go. Wow! You can't really see her back because Tails is in the way. What is that sticking out of her back? Is this like a single quill?
Well,
Yay. I kind of wish Tails would get hurt so he'd get out of my way. So I can see the back of the sprite. Aren't these your favorite special stages ever, Smooth? Don't you just love these? Aren't these the best ones?
Nope.
Yeah, Smooth doesn't like these stages very much. He thinks these are the worst. I think that Sonic 3 and Knuckles has the worst. Those blue spheres, man. God help me.
I consider blue spheres to be the easiest, but that's just me.
That's because you're a maniac. Those are not in no way the easiest.
To me, they are.
You're wrong! You're wrong!
No! I'm right!
Alright. Amy got a Chaos Emerald. Nice, 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 nice.
Yeah, that really is just Sonic's hand in the pose.
Yeah, for sure. Alright, well, we saw what that's like. Now we have to see what... Now, this one's going to be easy because there's a special stage right at the beginning. We have to see Amy in Sonic 3. We'll do Amy solo. Oh, look at her ducking on the top of that. Why is she ducking like that? Like she doesn't want her headband to fly off. Oh, he does. He just like slows down and lets her off. That's interesting.
Oh, that's pretty neat. Oh, they just go. No Knuckles.
Knuckles would never hit a lady. Don't state the obvious.
Oh, yeah? Really?
Yeah, these blue sphere stages are definitely the hardest special stages for me. They're very, very difficult for me to complete.
And it's just... Well, the half pipe for Origins does make them easier. It's just the original ones, no. Unless you exactly know where the rings are supposed to be, sure? But, yeah, no. I don't like them.
Why does this feel like it's taking forever? Maybe just because I'm in a rush.
Probably.
I almost messed it up right there.
You can do it, I believe.
Yeah.
You did it. See? They're easy.
And wasn't it so great to see the top of the back of Amy's head?
But again.
Alright, so... Before we shove off for good... Oh, look! Looks like it's like a birthday cake.
Oh.
Eggman is gonna try and give him a bomb. Well, I'll have to unlock that in full at some point, but not now.
Do it.
There's one more thing I want to see, actually. Just because I'm obsessed with character sprites, so you'll have to bear with me. Do you know what it is, Smooth? Do you know what I want to see? Can you guess before I do it? Yeah?
Is it Super Amy?
No. Super Amy. You know how long did it take me to get Super Amy? Goodness.
Come on, speedrun it. Come on. Let's see it.
I have things to do today.
Okay, fine. Don't do it, I guess.
It's Amy carrying... or Tails carrying Amy.
Amy carrying Amy! Wait. Ooh.
Alright, that was cool. So, now... oh my goodness. Next up, we have to see what Knuckles looks like in a Sonic CD special stage. Because I gotta... I'm so tired.
I gotta know.
I gotta know. Tell me the secrets.
Whoa, alright.
Here we go. Great music. Flying over everything because I'm a master of flight. No one has mastery over flight like me. No one. Oh, whoops. I think you can cheese this by just flying forward, and then you can go into the... Oh. I almost didn't make it to the future. It's gonna be all messed up here, though. What is this?
Where am I?
Master Emerald?
What is this CD that they say?
Whee! No! No!
Master Emerald, wait!
How did I mess that up? Alright, so we're just gonna edit past this part. This is gonna be a long video. I think I might have to like edit some stuff out to like parts of like the whatchamacallit when we were talking about the Sonic Central. I'm gonna have to edit some of that out to make it shorter. Because this is running on pretty long. Hey, we're chilling in the past though. Almost feels like they put this part here specifically for Knuckles. Give me that last ring. You freak.
I'm the fighting freak, you're just a freak.
You're right, I am the fighting freak, Knuckles.
No. Fighting freak? Whoa, okay.
Alright, don't mess this up. And we're back, we're back, we're back. Okay.
Hey, you made a good future. Congratulations.
Thank you. Now we get to see
You're
what Knuckles
welcome.
looks like in cyberspace.
cyberspace.
It'd be cool if he could glide in these, but I guess that would kind of break him, huh?
That would definitely.
It's the fighting freak Knuckles. And I don't know where we are. Oh my god, what have I done?
Knuckles is just very lost.
It's the fighting freak Knuckles. And I don't know where this is. Somebody help me. Somebody come get me.
It's like the song just stops there. Somebody help me.
It is just silent for the rest of the stage. All right. So, there you have it. That was Sonic Origins Plus, and oh, I'm so tired. That was Sonic Origins Plus with Amy and Knuckles doing some of these stages. We're going to take a look at some of the Game Gear games probably next time. But I would like to thank everybody for hanging out with us here at Sonic Satellite. That's going to do it for this week's episode. But join us next week. Wait, no. Join us the week after next.
Man, we're just as lost as Knuckles right now.
Just join us next time. Help us. We don't know where we are. So join us next time for some more exciting Sonic Satellite stuff. We're going to be talking about more Sonic stuff. We're going to be showing off more cool Sonic merch, and we're going to be playing some more cool Sonic games. And we're cool, so you should definitely give us your time and attention. Smooth?
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah? Yeah? Yeah.
I'm a little bit delirious with Sonic because that was a lot of Sonic stuff that we just went over.
This is a lot of Sonic, yes.
This is a lot of Sonic. So, without further ado, everybody have a great day or night, and we'll catch you guys next time here on Sonic Satellite. Until then.